Hi, Reggae Ellis in Verbier, where the Xtreme Verbier went off yesterday at the infamous Bec de Ross. Now, it was the last event of the 22 Freeride World Tour, and it had big ramifications on who won the world title. An amazing event with just incredible skiing and snowboarding throughout that. The Bec de Ross has demanded really technical riding, and I tell you what, there's a lot of progression thrown in as well. Now, the Bec de Ross is regarded as the ultimate freeride testing ground, and the Xtreme Verbier is the freeride world's most prestigious event. The 55 to 60 degree pitch requiring commitment and courage from the athletes, not to mention just the exposure in those cliff lines. Now, thousands were on hand to watch the day as it kicked off with a women's snowboard, and Austria's Manuela Mandl was first out of the gate. She laid down a solid run with plenty of control and style to score an 82.33. Now, that left American Erica Vikander, who was leading the ratings going into the event, in second place, with Tiffany Periton of France in third. The third place points for Tiffany were enough for her to leapfrog Erica on the ratings and take the 2022 world title. Now, the snowboard men definitely upped the ante, choosing critical lines with some big airs from Camille Amond, while Blake Moeller threw one of the biggest backflips of the event. However, it was Victor Delarue, a past winner at the Bec, who chose the most radical and risky line with a lot of exposure and rode it with speed and flow, snaring the win in a hotly contested division. Now, Blake Moeller, he finished second ahead of Amond, with the runner-up finish ensuring Blake is now the 2022 Freeride World Champ. Now, in the women's ski, all eyes were on New Zealand's Jess Hodder, who came to the event with a big lead in the rankings, with only Norway's Hedvig Wessel having mathematical chance to win the world title, but only if she won the event, and Jess did worse than third. Now, as it turned out, Jess crashed after dropping a solid cliff, and Hedvig, she saw the door open a little bit, but she was pushed back to second by local skier Sybille Blanjon, a rookie on tour who put down a great run in her first ever Xtreme Verbier, skiing aggressively with speed and flow to take the win. Now, that means that Jess Hodder is world champion, and while she was disappointed with the result of the Bec de Ross, an event everyone wants to win, being named world champ isn't bad consolation. Now, the final division was the men's ski, and as expected, it was a dynamic display of technical big mountain skiing with speed and progression the determining factors, and some massive airs and cliff drops from all the competitors. Again, there were some huge moves from the likes of Ross Testa, Kyle Regner and young American Jack Russell, but in the end, Maxime Chablot, his combination of speed and aggression with plenty of flair and progression, dropping two huge cliffs on the top of the run, followed by a smooth 360 off the next cliff, and punctuated the run with a massive backflip at the bottom. It was super impressive, and the judges loved it. Maxime scoring a 95.33, winning the Xtreme Verbier and the Freeride World title on the same run, which was his first in competition at the Bec de Ross. Now, the Xtreme Verbier was a fitting end to a big and challenging year on the Freeride World Tour, the athletes dealing with hard-packed variable snow at most events, and as usual, the Bec de Ross lived up to its reputation of challenging the world's best freeriders in the ultimate location. Once again, a fitting end to another great year on the Freeride World Tour. Now, if you ever get the chance to watch the Xtreme Verbier live, make sure you do it. It's one of the most spectacular sporting events in the world. This has been Reggae Ellis in Verbier for Mountain Watch.